Hey friends, as a longtime fan of Battle Through the Heavens, I can't help but notice how Queen Medusa's scenes have been constantly cut or minimized in the Donghua, especially when compared to how important and powerful she is in the original novel. In the novel, Queen Medusa or Kai Lin isn't just a side character. She's one of the most powerful individuals early on, even stronger than Xiao Yan for a good portion of the story. Her relationship with him is deep, complicated, and crucial to the plot. She's not just a love interest, she's a ruler, a rival, a mother to his child, and eventually a major partner in his life. Yet in the Donghua, her scenes are heavily cut, altered, or in some cases completely ignored. And this isn't just a creative choice, it feels deliberate, especially when compared to how Gu Xun'er is being portrayed. Now don't get me wrong, Gu Xun'er is an important character, especially in the later parts of the story. But in the early arcs of the novel, her presence is minimal. She doesn't play a big role until much later when Xiao Yan gets involved with the Gu clan. Yet in the Donghua, she's everywhere. The producers clearly want her to be the emotional focus and main heroine from the start, even though that's not how the original story unfolds. Here's where things get really interesting, and this is something I saw being discussed a lot in fan circles online. Characters like Queen Medusa, Hai Bodong, and even enemies like Yun Shan were originally designed and animated by an earlier studio, most likely Motion Magic O, back when the Donghua was just gaining momentum. At that time, BTTH was at its peak in visual quality and storytelling. The character designs were unique. The fight scenes had weight. There was emotion, tension, and character depth, and fans were absolutely loving it. In fact, during that era, characters like Queen Medusa became so popular, they often outshine Xiao Yan in fan polls and discussions. You can still see this in fan voting data today. Queen Medusa consistently ranks at the top, even above Xiao Yan himself, and far beyond Gu Xun'er. She is regarded not just as a love interest, but as one of the most powerful and respected characters in the entire universe. But after Motion Magic stepped away and a new production company took over, everything changed. Suddenly, Queen Medusa's screen time shrank. Entire scenes from the novel, especially key moments between her and Xiao Yan, were removed or glossed over. Her development was sidelined, and her emotional depth was lost. Even her design started to feel off, inconsistent with what we had seen before. On the other hand, characters introduced or emphasized by the new studio, like Gu Xun'er, started receiving much more focus, despite not having the same story weight in those arcs. There's a growing fan theory, and while it isn't officially confirmed, it makes a lot of sense that the rights to specific character designs like Queen Medusa's, or even the original animation assets, might belong to Motion Magic. That could explain why the new studio avoids using those designs, or is unwilling to continue with their original arcs. Another theory is even more direct, that Queen Medusa and others were too popular, perhaps to the point where they were drawing attention away from the main character, Xiao Yan. And instead of embracing that popularity and building around it, the studio chose to limit their presence to maintain focus on Xiao Yan and their preferred heroine. And honestly, as a fan who's grown with this story, it's heartbreaking. Queen Medusa isn't just another character, she represents what made Battle Through the Heavens special in the first place. Depth, complexity, strength, and emotional weight. Watching her get pushed to the sidelines like she never mattered, it feels like a part of the soul of the story is being erased. For many of us, she was the reason we stayed invested. She challenged Xiao Yan, protected her people, and evolved more than most characters ever do in the series. To see her quietly fade from the screen, replaced by repetitive arcs and similar-looking characters, makes it hard not to feel like something precious is being lost. Maybe we'll never get an official answer from the studio. Maybe this theory about licensing, design ownership, or popularity conflicts will just stay a fan discussion. But when so many fans feel the same way, it's not just a theory anymore. It's a reflection of what Battle Through the Heavens used to be, and what it could still be if they'd only honor the characters that made it unforgettable. This might not be officially confirmed, but it's a valid, emotional, and important point. One that deserves to be heard. If you felt the same way about Queen Medusa's treatment in the Donghua, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think she deserved better? Do you miss the quality from the Motion Magic era? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into BTTH and other Donghua series. Your support helps keep these discussions going. Thanks for watching, and until next time, let's keep hoping the characters we love get the justice they deserve.